Guys, what a week it's been. So in the video today we're going to talk about the new iteration to XP levels, all that kind of stuff. But we just finished the game week there. I've bagged 7 weeks in a row, 7 game weeks in a row. That week there I managed to get myself 5 cards. Absolutely amazing. We're doing I got a great start to this game week as well. Get through in the World Cup. New Zealand are rocking it. Me, Mel, Lewis, Willockdino, Ross Hendo, we knocked out probably one of the favourites for the tournament, so we're high as a kite right now. Big opposition in the next round, looking forward to that. And then the developments we got yesterday were amazing. And then now we've got the developments today to couple with that, so we can really see what the landscape is going to be for this kind of next generation for SoRare. So that's what we're going to cover today. If you're new around here, like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff. If you haven't joined SoRare yet and you want a piece of the action, there's links down below. You can get your 10 free commons, your free rare, free coin as well through Coinbase for when you put that stuff through, blah blah blah. There's a playlist, you can go find out all about it, guys. Let's get stuck into it. Right, now, as normal on the channel, I'm not reading this to you verbatim. I'm going to scroll through it, I'm going to talk about my thoughts, I'm going to think about what this means for me individually in terms of where I'm at in my journey, what it could mean for you, opportunities it's going to throw out to new users and existing users as well, and we'll kind of tackle everything as we kind of come to it. One of the things I love about all the kind of information that they give us about developments as and when they happen is they always tell us what they're thinking when they're doing it, you know, in terms of what the agenda is, what the end goal should look like, what they're trying to achieve with it. And there's just 2 points. It's dead simple, you know. Simplify the rules, make it easy peasy for everyone to jump on day one, understand as much as possible, as quick as possible, and help users progress seamlessly through the divisions. Now, if you've been following the channel, you'll know that we've kind of steadily built up the gallery, and you know, we're going through that kind of journey of growing in strength and depth to be able to compete on multiple levels, you know. So any innovation that allows that process to become smoother, more enjoyable, easier, fantastic. That's all we're after at the end of the day. So now there's only 3 types of actual bonus the card that you own is eligible to try and capture and achieve. Okay, so captain that you will pick when you're entering your SO5 teams gets a 20% boost. So as you know, the scores are between 1 and 100. Whatever they score, if they're captain, they get a 20% multiplier on top of that. So if they get 100 and they're your captain, they're getting 120. Season bonus, so if you're buying a card in season, you get a 5% boost, which is cool. And the level bonus depends on the XP, but again, there's a percentage that they go on to explain. It starts off at increases in 0.5 increments. As you can see, for a rare, it starts off at 0 and it goes up to a maximum of 10% of a boost. For a super rare, it starts at level 20, goes to 40, and the level boost starts from 10% for a super rare all the way to 20%. So that means when you get your super rare brand new, it's only 10% stronger than a brand new rare, you know. So it does bridge that kind of gap when you're competing against new super rares, and it encourages the stronger super rares to move up into higher divisions and clear them out. They kind of have a system on the old format that kind of dictated that would happen anyway. But it's just nice, it's a bit more easy to digest and explain. And when you're brand new on the platform, some of these finer details, like I only learned the super rare, like a third of the power for the team in D3, for example. You can't have a super rare that would equate to over a third. I only knew that rule when it actually became applicable to one of my cards, you know. It wasn't something that was overly stated or easily found. So now that it is the way it is, you know, I don't think there's any kind of unforeseen things like that that will go under the radar for new people when they're on, no matter how dedicated and involved they might be, like myself. So in other words, a level bonus can go from 0% to 30%, and that's a unique with 3 years. That's the top end. And then unique, yeah, so their bonus starts from 20% and rises to 30% across the levels. So each level is a 0.5% multiplier increase, you know. So yeah, so that's why the increments are what they are, and that's all quite easy to understand. There's some examples here. There'll be a link to this in the description below if you haven't read it already. I would be surprised. But if you haven't, you can click on the link and you can go see the examples and you can break that down for yourself, or you can pause the video, whatever you want. Just a wee reminder. Introducing scarcity based divisions. Okay, now this was the one thing I was a little bit worried about, because I'm doing that journey. I was kind of worried that the step of the ladder I've kind of worked myself up to, if we're just going to be changing ladder I don't even know if it's a saying, but then I would have been a little bit deflated by that, because I've put a lot of time and effort into my gallery and the situation I'm in, and I have a good understanding of what cards I couple up with what and what competitions I like to kind of target them against and that kind of thing. And again, if all that was kind of undone or pointless, then I would have been a wee bit deflated. But anyway, the way they've done it, I love it. So the rookie division, you can now access up to 2 rares in it in terms of what you deploy in the competition itself. It's still open for a maximum of 8 game weeks. They do go on to say later on that they're doing a redraft on all the commons. I hope I don't lose the commons I've got already, because I'm really like 2 of them, and I've put a lot of time again into ranking them up as much as I can for, you know, what they are in the current format. With the new format, as long as I keep them, I'm not going to be too annoyed or disappointed. But if it means having to do a redraft, give away all my commons and get 10 fresh ones, I won't be happy. I'm not going to lie. I would need the same cards back for me to be happy with that, really. But anyway, the breakdown I've got is the same for all regions: the global, the Asian, the American, Challenger, Champion, Europe's, whatever. And they just break it down dead simply. If you're going into a D4, you need to have at least 4 rares. You can have 1 common max. Cool. Lovely rule, like that at all, and like that all the way. D3, you can get minimum 3 rares in it, maximum of then 2 super rares, and your captain can only be a rare, can't be a super rare, which I think is a great rule. D2, you can see it there for yourself, I'm not going to read it all to you, but the way that it's just very black and white, and you see it's all nice and colour coded, you know, reds are rare, super rares are blue, uniques have went with yellow in this, to differentiate. But again, dead simple, dead easy. So you know, when you're collecting your first bunch of cards, you move from those commons to the rares. You get your, you know, like I've put out the same D3 lineup for the 2nd week in a row, and last week we finished 20th. This week we're already like 15th for something with 2 cards went. Trippier and Saka have done well for me so far, but that team has 1 super rare, and it was Trippier, my first super rare. So even naturally, if you take aside the other super rares I have and other things I've done, that team, that Cisniga, who the hell's in defence again? Cisniga, oh Jesus, I've just totally lost my marbles there. Who's in defence? Oh, Trippier, of course. Cisniga, Trippier, Saka, Morgan and Russell. I picked them all up relatively dirt cheap, all quite early on in my career, or after they'd been IPO'd. And I've ranked them up. They've been through D4s, except for Trippier, obviously, and they've got me into a really strong D3 position, where I feel like unless that team, with the way the fixtures have panned out, probably more weeks than not, and they will be competitive at that level. So I'm loving that I can continue on the path of the journey that I'm kind of at anyway, which is great. And it actually makes the D2 a little bit less daunting for me, because I do have 5 super rares. I've put them into D2 a couple of times, but they're definitely, I'm not D2 ready. I just haven't. But part of the reason I've done that is my goalkeeper and the Medina now are too powerful for D3. So as much as I'd love to put them into a D3 setup, because I think they're much more capable at that level, just in terms of current form and what I've got around them, and just how stacked D2 was in the last format, I'm now really glad that I can actually pull them a step backwards, and I can actually try and get them into my D3 and try and, you know, get them working in that sense, whether it be under 23s, Americas, Globals, whatever. With this in mind, new endgame design. So again, you can see here what you've got access to depending on the cards you actually own, which is lovely. Very aesthetically pleasing, very easy to engage with, very easy to understand, and you can see quite clearly they're locked off to you because you don't own the correct amount of cards to be even to think about an entry, which is cool. As long as that isn't buggy, that'll be brilliant. Sorted, and again it just shows you this little graphic at the top for the levels you're allowed to apply, which is cool. More graphics, more things that are easy to understand. A unique league is coming. I think that will, whenever I'm ready to get up to that level, you know, D2, D1, D1 especially, I think this will be really good to make the D1 a bit easier to move into and start to capture prizes, because if there's a unique league that is all uniques, then you would hope that the most powerful uniques that do exist at the moment would get sucked into that competition where it's specifically for them, and the prize will be in line with an all unique competition. So I think that in turn will make the D1 a little bit more accessible to people who have the budget to get those cards and move into that space quickly. XP adjustment, fidelity bonus is gone, so it doesn't matter if you're Victor Osimhen is from Charleroi, Lille or Napoli, it's all the same now in terms of that side of things. That's all gone. Now shout out to Mel, MDJ, because the first, maybe even, yeah, my first 2 passings of this article, I seen this table and I thought this was going to be how the levels were going to transfer over just from old format to new format. But this is actually the new fidelity bonus. So your card will lose some of its XP, some of its level when you sell it to somebody. You know, so you're encouraged to keep the card longer, go with that path with the card itself, and it also encourages you to buy fresh in the market, so you're getting the card yourself and you're leveling it up in a sense. But again, I really like that. It's a nice feature. It does encourage longer term purchasing, which for a platform like this is ideal, because that's, you know, one of the key USPs for me on this is the whole lifetime ownership kind of thing. It's on blockchain, blah blah blah, whatever. But to have that actually have an in-game consequence is nice. I like that a lot. Hopefully it works well. I'm sure it will. What to expect going forward. So there's a redraft on the commons, and it looks like November time is when this will start to get kicked into action. So guys, I know I'm not as excited on the video as I was yesterday. Yesterday I was on like cloud 9. Today I had to actually like deal with the real world. You know, I had to do work things and some errands and whatever. So I've had to, yeah, normal kind of energy levels for me today after yesterday. Bit of a come down energy wise, and then having so much stuff to do today, I've just been absolutely swamped. But I'm honestly, like I did a tweet earlier, strength to strength. This is what has happened today. I absolutely love the new changes, and I say this little lineup I've got, it's very representative. It's a nice little kind of snapshot of the journey I've been on thus far, you know, in terms of picking these cards up cheap in different situations at different times for different reasons. And they're now, you know, bagged me a D3 prize last week, a tier 2 rare. This week, if they achieve the same feat, finish 20th, it'll be an even better reward. And the way the structure is changing, it's only going to encourage this lineup, as long as they're playing well, they're informed, the fixtures are favourable, to keep coming out. Which I think I like the fact I've got like 112 cards or whatever it is, but there's a lot of people out there that'll have like 10, 20. I had 10, 20, 30 for ages, you know, and I think I would have, my success would have been accelerated had I came on in the structures that, if you're new, you're coming into, because you can quite easily get the utility out of these cards maximised quicker, you know. There's more prizes on offer, there's more place pots, there's more money, you know. What a great week it's been. What a great week it's been. I hope, I'll show you where I'm at the top here, in case you're interested, just to sign the video off. I've also had Challenger Europe play. I think I nailed my captain choice this week. Pretty excited for that team. And what else did I have? Do okay so far, under 23s. Trubin was a bit of a gamble, paid off well. Ominami underscored a little bit. Where's a gamble? We'll see how that pays off. So is Basta, I suppose. And Captain Medina's a bit of a gamble. That whole lineup's a bit of a gamble, but hey, just why not? But yeah, thanks a lot guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.